Yes, the bikers get his body, prop him up on the platform,
motorcycle.
on a motorcycle, and they are saying their final guy. Yes, they give him a funeral pyre, like just straight
like
up.
a fucking Viking. They even say send him off to Valhalla.
So let's send this prick to Valhalla.
Hello, and welcome back to the 113th episode, I think, of Good Bad or Bad Show. Watch childhood movies. Tell you if you should too. I'm your host, Mr. Brian Shilgo, joined as always, the other illustrious host, Mr. Kyle Hinton. Yeah. Kyle, look around.
Wow.
It's that spooky time of year. It's the spooky time of year. This isn't our Halloween special. That will be next episode in 2 weeks' time.
We are building up to it.
We're building up. We're getting the set a little bit closer each time. We will be in costume for that episode, which should be fun. So prepare yourselves for 2 weeks for the Halloween episode on, I think, October 25th is when it comes out. A few days before Halloween. It'll be perfect timing. But we got the set dressed a little ahead of time to kind of get us in the mood, get us feeling the season. But this movie, Kyle, is not spooky.
Wild.
Unless you consider Nazis spooky, which I do. So
there we go. We've done like paramilitary, like kind of.
This is very similar to. What's the Seagal one? Yeah, the Patriot. Kind of a similar idea.
This one is like straight up. There's just Nazi flags everywhere.
Yeah,
and SS signs.
Yeah, this episode not going to be monetized. So go to support us on Patreon because they don't ever actually talk about their ideology though.
No, they don't.
Which I'm thankful for. But they do have Nazi flags everywhere. They're just like a biker gang of Nazis. Mm-hmm. That was maybe my biggest complaint with the movie is that I don't know what their goal is. Bad guys,
they're biker Nazis.
Fair enough. Their goal is raise hell, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's so the movie is Stone Cold from 1991,
starring
not Stone Cold Steve Austin.
No.
Oh hell yeah!
Starring Brian Bosworth, who played a couple of years in the NFL.
Yes, starring 1990 John Cena.
Yeah,
he looks like John Cena and plays the same kind of character that John Cena does in everything. I think it's like it's something to do with the like brow and like the jawline. I got a very John Cena vibe from him.
Are you sure about that?
I know you can't see him, I believe, so I don't know if I'm sure about that. At least what I'm told is you can't see him.
Also stars a Good Bad or Bad alum,
yes,
Lance Hendrickson.
Lance Hendrickson of Alien fame.
All right, knock it off. Thank you.
Among other things.
And No Contest too.
Well, I'm jackpot. Jackpot!
Yes, that's what he was. I couldn't remember what he was in, but yes, No Contest 2. He plays our villain. I don't even know his name. I just called him Lance Hendrickson.
Chains, I think
they all have like biker nicknames, and it's kind of hard to keep track of them all. And so this movie, we kick right in, and it's action from minute one.
Yeah, it's madness. I gotta say, the opening to this was wild, fun, crazy, and got us right into it.
This whole movie, I'm gonna spoil it now, is incredible. It's not a good movie. Like, it's not a good movie, but it's kind of incredible. We kick right in, and it was like somebody holding up a grocery store.
Yeah,
because it's just some wild gang of hooligans holding up a grocery store, and the boss is there.
And he's there shopping, kind of. He's shopping wearing a leather duster.
What I was going to say, I stopped and rewound the movie to see if there was like a year card and this was supposed to be like the future or something, because I was like, what is he wearing? Everybody else else is wearing normal clothing.
Yeah.
And he's wearing this black leather, duster. I don't, it's crazy. He looks like something out of a Mad Max movie. And I was like, what is this? And he's also has, we had to talk about it, an incredible mullet.
Yes, he has the super mullet.
Yes, a dyed bleach blonde mullet.
Now, granted, that carried over from his NFL days because he also had an NFL.
Yes.
When he was in there, he had a nice mullet going. It was the 80s.
1990, but close enough. Basically the 80s. And I was like, everybody else in the scene is dressed normal, and then I was like, well, normal for the 1990.
Which for early 90s would be blue jeans and sweaters.
Yeah, and then our main villain is wearing this very weird black baggy like V-neck that goes down. He looks great too. But he goes around and sort of just kicks everybody's ass, just starts beating people up, and how does he stomp the main guy? What happens to the main bad guy, the guy in black? He's got a woman in a retainer with like a headgear.
Well, he throws a jar, and the guy like wastes his last shell, and then he tries running. And I can't remember.
He clotheslined him, didn't he?
He was clotheslined, but it looked like he was shot out of a cannon.
Yes.
Like, this is everything that makes like the WWE movies.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen like their incredibly low budget knockoff films, it's like everything that makes those like kind of wild and fun.
The stunts in this are kind of amazing. There's some really good ones later, and we'll get to them, but I was impressed.
He was clothesline, but like the following shot where they cut looks like he was just launched.
So but we find out in this opening scene after he saves the day that he's still suspended because he's for insubordination, I think they say.
Joe, what the hell's going on? You're still on suspension. Let me see you sweet talk your way out of this one.
Cop or like
I think he's a cop. Yeah,
but so he's suspended for being the boss.
He's for being too hardcore or whatever. And we do get a cleanup on aisle 4 line. I was like, is this that? Surely this isn't the first time that line was used, right?
You gotta say for yourself this time.
You gotta clean up on aisle 4.
And then the opening credits start, and we start getting a biker montage. And Kyle, this is chaos.
Yeah.
There's just bikers like doing all kinds of things,
incredibly stupid shit,
being drug along the ground on like they're skiing, but on their stomachs. There's guys shooting cans off each other's shoulders.
One of them with a fully automatic weapon.
Yeah, I love one of the shots. He's trying to shoot off the guy's shoulder, and you can see it's like a perspective shot from the gun, and he's missing, and it would clearly be hitting all the people behind. Yeah. It's wild. And that's so there's all kinds of nonsense, but then all of a sudden we just cut to a church in the middle of this chaos.
What was madness? We cut to a church where people are getting wed.
Yeah.
And the guy comes up with a shotgun and shoots the minister.
And just through a window.
For no reason.
Defenestrates them out the fucking window. And for seemingly no reason. And guess what? We will never get a reason why any of this happens.
No, but he goes to court because he committed murder.
He's part of this biker gang, the Brotherhood or whatever is what they're called.
And I guess they gave him a lenient sentence. It wasn't like the death penalty or anything.
Yeah.
And so the DA for this area is
Whip. His nickname's Whip, I believe.
Cracking the whip.
Yeah.
But he's like fighting for harsher penalties and stuff, and that's his campaign, I think, for governor.
Judge gives him a lenient sentence. He's blown to bits in return. Well, the days of leniency are over, my friends.
Yeah.
And
he's the DA, but he's going for governor. Yeah.
And so Lance Hendrickson, who's the leader of the biker gang, of all the people you could have to look intimidating for a biker gang, Lance Hendrickson is not one of them.
He doesn't look intimidating, but he pulls it off because he's such a good actor.
Yeah, he is wild. He plays a wild guy very well.
Yeah.
We're gonna 86 him. Cut him off. We're gonna crack the whip. He's as good as dead.
But so he's like, all right, he's our target. We're gonna have to fuck him up.
We gotta murder the DA. But after they already immediately murdered the judge who passed the sentence, he gets in his boat and his boat just fucking explodes. It's incredible. And then we cut to the boss, who's making breakfast. We thought,
yeah, it's
Snickers. I have it written down here. He has a blender,
orange juice,
Snickers,
orange
juice, potato chips, banana, raw
eggs with the shells.
Yes, and hot sauce. And he blends it up, and you're like, is he gonna drink this? No, he does the quirky. He has the quirky '90s character trait of
having a weird pet,
which is a monitor lizard, I believe. It's this giant fucking lizard, and he puts the bowl of this pureed grossness on the floor. And I was like, that's not the diet of a monitor lizard.
No.
Surely they don't eat Snickers. Do you think Snickers paid to be in this movie? Because that's a pretty on the nose product placement. That first shot, he holds it up. It's like, hungry? Grab a Snickers.
Both of them were very look at the wrapper shots.
Yeah, for sure. So then the feds show up. Yeah, and they're like, boss, we need you.
You're a wild card. You're unreliable, but damn it, we need you.
You're so damn talented.
You just get the job done.
Yeah, and they explain that this biker gang, the Brotherhood, has been murdering religious leaders.
James Cooper runs the Brotherhood in Mississippi.
They've been on a killing spree. 3 local religious figures were murdered there in the last month.
That end of sentence. We don't know why or for what reason, and it will never be explained. Other than like the general, like their mission of like causing chaos or something. I don't even know. Yeah. Again, at the end of this movie, they take over the Capitol building with no plan. Goal, except to murder the DA. Which spoilers, they do. So they win. The bad guys win in this movie. Spoilers, the bad guys win. Even though the movie pretends they don't, they absolutely do. So Boz has got to go undercover with the Brotherhood.
Because if somebody's going to look like a guy who belongs in a biker gang, it's going to be a guy with a bleached blonde mullet.
Yeah.
And who is like 6'3" and stacked.
Yeah, he is built. The Boz is built. He's very... there's a shot of him in a banana hammock, and he's built. I'll just say that. So yeah, he's also introduced to his partner-ish in this whole investigation is Lance, which is confusing because it's not Lance Hendrickson.
Exactly. I guess he's like the untested to a degree.
Yeah, it seems like he maybe was only doing like office stuff or something potentially. Yeah, because he doesn't really know. He's also like a germaphobe is like his thing, right?
I draw the line at that. I get any germs on me, I'll be eating the whole spectrum of antibiotics for a week.
This is his first attempt at field work, and his undercover is
God, glorious. When they go to the biker thing, he shows up and it looks like when I dress up as like a cartoon character version of a biker. Yeah, it's fantastic. And so Lance is going to help him out on this mission as they go undercover with the Brotherhood. Oh, and we also have this fun comedy scene where there's a naked lady in bed, and he's like, "Whoa, hubba hubba, naked lady." I don't know. Nothing happens. I was really impressed with this opening with the naked lady in bed, though. It was the most masterfully done not seeing nudity.
Yeah.
And then and I was like, wow, they really got around that ratings thing. And then the next scene immediately there's just tits everywhere. And I was like, oh, never mind.
So they get all the introductions out of the way, and they're like, all right, our first day of undercover is like tonight or tomorrow, whatever.
Yeah.
And they immediately go to a biker nudie bar
called Tit for Tat. Which is great. So originally I was like, oh, look how good, how impressively they shot around that nudity. Tits everywhere.
I'm gonna have fun with censorship on this one.
Yeah, for sure. There's quite a bit to censor, shall we say?
It very much reminded me of Miami Connection.
Yeah.
With all the biker gangs.
Yeah.
All the women are just like, and tits out.
Topless all the time, yeah. Well, it is a strip club, to be fair. And the strip club is like a front for a drug. They push drugs or something like that, we find out later. But they go to this club, and they're he's trying to get his in with the Brotherhood, basically. Yeah. And he goes over, and he sees, and I don't know his name. Ice. Yeah. Ice, who's played by a guy who's in stuff.
William Forsythe. The only thing we really know him in is
Raising Arizona. Yeah. But he's been in other stuff, too. I recognized him immediately. But he's like making out with his lady, and his friend is like, yeah, nice. Watching him make out. It's so
Gas,
strange.
isn't it gas?
Yeah, I think so. Is that the guy?
He's like
the cold feet guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So our guy goes over and starts like Boz goes over and starts. What's Boz called in this? Stone?
Yeah, Sean Stone.
John Stone.
That was it.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he starts trouble with Ice, and they get mixed up, and then there's another fight that starts.
Yeah, because they were selling bad drugs
to truckers or something.
And so the truckers want their money back.
Yeah, and so the Boz fucking full body tosses a man over
the
bar
counter and into the liquor rack.
It's incredible. He picks him up and tosses him like he was a chair. It's amazing. Oh, I love it so much. And this is like his in. He helped him out, and Lance Hendrickson is like, Ice doesn't like him.
Ice doesn't like him.
He doesn't trust him.
But Gas is like, you helped me out when I needed it, so come meet our boss.
Yeah. Ice is incredible in this opening scene where he first is going to fight Ice. There's this line, his delivery where he's like,
"You're going to use that stick. You won't dance with me."
And he's like super over the top and crazy. I love him so much.
Which the only thing I'll say is, I'm sure William Forsythe is intimidating to anybody who is not an NFL linebacker.
Not the Boz, who's literally, like a giant beast of a human being. Yeah. So then we cut to the next day at like the biker rally where they're hanging out or whatever. And the Boz shows up and wins at all the things.
In the fight, yeah.
He wins a motorcycle race. He wins a fight with some other shirtless dude. He wins at having the best mullet. He wins at having the best stonewashed jeans. He wins at literally everything. Being shirtless, he wins at that.
He
incredible.
also wins at having a windowless van, which is kind of weird.
Who Lance Hendrickson tries to have him fuck his lady in. He's like, here, have my lady, my old lady or whatever, like biker gangs call him. I guess that's a real thing. They do it in this movie too.
Take my old lady and you have some fun, all right?
Talk business later.
He's like, no, I don't want to sleep with you, because whatever, it doesn't matter.
I have principles, damn it.
Yeah, but then now he's kind of on the end. He's on the end basically, and now we get to the next meeting of them, and this is like his initiation or something. I don't even know. He shows up and brings him a bulletproof vest.
Yes,
I don't even know.
Immediately have him put on.
Yeah,
and then Lance
you see that coming.
Him.
Yeah, Lance Henderson fucking shoots him in the chest. It's amazing. Knocks him out, and then Boz is like, "Fuck you," and picks him up in like over his head and body slams him into the pool table.
Yeah.
But now he's like, you're crazy. I like you.
But he gives him his first mission, which is to get some earrings back.
Yeah.
So that's like, this is your first job, which I guess he uses the feds for. It's like the person they're going after has more connections than we see.
Yeah.
In a weird way. They don't elaborate on it. But anyways, they go get this guy. The feds arrest him and then ship him off to God knows where.
Yeah, I don't know well, he shows up at the end.
Well, and that's the only reason it's relevant.
Yeah,
is that he shows up at the end, but
and
we don't know where he goes.
We don't know where
how
he
got
came from.
out.
Yeah, it's very strange. But yeah, so there's one line Lance Hendrickson has after he like, you got to go do my first mission for me or whatever. He's like, so help me God, if you let these colors touch the ground, I will peel your skin off with a knife dipped in shit. And it's a good line. It's fun.
If they hit the ground, even in a fight, I will peel your skin off with a knife dipped in shit.
But they find this guy at a dance. I only like this scene because of this particular part. So they find this guy at a dancing hall or something.
Yeah.
A nightclub. And he says, that's really good. You're a really good dancer. You should probably take a bow.
Oh, no, really, seriously, take a bow.
Go ahead, take and slams
his face into the bar. Yeah, it's great. And also in the scene, all for no reason, the Boz is dressed like Steven Seagal. I don't know why, but I was like, okay, cool, sure. The rest of the time he's mostly shirtless, but in this one he's dressed like Steven Seagal.
Oh yeah, but I guess we didn't mention this. This whole film takes place in like Alabama and Mississippi.
Yeah, somewhere in the South.
But it's only relevant because they keep referring to Biloxi.
Yeah, and then we end up at the Mississippi Capitol or whatever.
Jackson, isn't it?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know anything about that.
I failed high school geography.
So then the next day they're on this mission to get the things back or whatever, and I love what's his name? I don't even know this guy's name. He gets Tool. Tool is standing. He gets in a fight with his girlfriend or something, and he gives her money and she leaves. And then the mob just happens to be driving by.
The bikers are moving in on the mob's territory.
Yeah.
Which, when I think Mississippi, I definitely think fucking Italians.
The Italian mob. Or somebody's going to be in the company. Actually, Kyle, the Italian mob operated extremely relevantly in the South throughout the 1990s.
Thanks, comment section. They throw a freaking grenade at this guy and blow him up.
The car fucking explodes. He blows back through a window, and then we see him, and then some more shit happens. They take the purse from the Nancy. Isn't her name Nancy? Who's like Lance Hendrickson's girl or whatever. And they steal her money, and the boss jumps on the hood of their car, and there's a shot from behind, and you can see his blue jeans have the little ass window cutouts underneath his ass. It's incredible. He's hanging on the fucking hood with his butt cheeks blowing in the wind. So good for you, Boz. Well done.
But they end up getting out of there, and I guess is this the part where they
go to the hospital?
They go to the hospital, because Tool got blown up, and
he's like severely disfigured, and like his whole face got burned, and he looks kind of like Two-Face a little bit, like in Dark Knight or whatever. And they show up with the two things you need in life, Kyle: a bottle of Jack Daniels and Domino's pizza.
Hell yeah!
I was like, I wonder if that was Domino's. Yeah, that surely Domino's didn't pay for a Nazi biker gang to enjoy their pizza in a movie, but who knows? I don't know what Domino's is on about. This is before they realized that their pizza was terrible and decided they needed to change. Remember that whole big thing where Domino's is like, man, we don't, their whole commercials for like 5 years, like this was, I don't know, like 5 or 10 years ago, was like, we're not terrible anymore. We promise. It was like their whole commercial campaign. Anyways.
Worst excuse for pizza I've ever had.
The sauce tastes like ketchup?
Totally void of flavor.
They break the TV and leave the hospital. It doesn't matter. They see the guy, the DA on TV.
Whip.
Whip. And they're like, fuck him. Turn the TV off. Break it. Then this scene is... this whole movie's kind of incredible. But this scene I love. The Boz and Lance Hendrickson and somebody else go to meet the mob to like talk to him, basically, because this is after they like tried to blow up Tool and stuff, and they go to this fancy restaurant.
Oh yeah,
this is great.
They got a gift with them, a giant
gift box, huge gift box the Boz is carrying,
and they want to make a deal.
Yeah,
they want to show them that they are not to be messed with anymore.
Yeah,
so they open the box. I do like how Lance Hendrickson has to turn the box around because I guarantee you whoever had the box to begin with didn't put it down right.
Yeah,
and so Lance Hendrickson's just like. But they open it, they pull out, and it's a motorcycle helmet. That's cool.
Yeah.
Open it up. And it's the Italian dude from earlier.
And he's like, and it's so clearly they cut a hole in the table and he has his head through in it's fucking amazing. I'm also pretty sure that when they pull the motorcycle helmet out, you can see in the bottom and there's nothing. Because like they pull it and we're seeing it from behind it and you can see the hole in the bottom. And it's like I still knew there was gonna be a head in it, even you knew that was gonna be. That's still a fun scene. It's very it's effective. It's cheesy, but it's kind of
like
amazing.
Now they're trying to make a deal with the mob to push some of their drugs.
Some of the drugs. P2P, which I looked that up because I didn't know what it was. I was like, is that a drug? It's something that you use to make meth, I believe, or can use to make meth, it looked like.
Well, since I've never made meth, I don't know.
Me neither. I did a quick Google of P2P drug, and that was what Wikipedia told me. You
figured we would have learned that by watching Breaking Bad.
Yeah, it may have been mentioned in there.
You're goddamn right.
The quick Google search I did said something about it being like an old school method of cooking meth or something, and there's like maybe not used as much anymore.
Well, thank you for getting.
If there are any professional meth makers out there, you want to hit us up in the comments and let us know if you still use P2P. That'd be great.
Is this for learning purposes?
This video's already demonetized, so it doesn't matter. And then we go to Lance Hendrickson's lair, which is amazing. I love we only see it once in this movie, but he has like a rope that he climbs down from his fuck bed, and then he gets to the living room, and he has his motorcycle in his living room.
Yeah, he's just revving it.
He revs it for no reason in his living room. Like, I love to imagine that.
I love carbon monoxide poisoning.
I love to imagine that he just loves his motorcycle so much he just sits there in his living room watching TV like vroom vroom. It's so weird. But basically, all that scene was Ice being like, I still don't trust the Boz.
My fear is that this boy Stone's got you wrapped around his little finger. That's my fear. We got a lot at stake.
Yeah.
or whatever. No, it doesn't matter. Then they murder some guys.
Yeah, okay,
what is
so
this?
I don't know.
Sure
I think they're military. They're either military police or National Guard.
I think they say National Guard. Yeah.
So like they go up and they just kind of go up to these guys for almost no reason.
That's what I was confused about. I was like, what is going on?
And they
here?
just go. They go up. They knock them out, right?
Yeah, they knock them out and take them back to
they put them in these wooden crate coffins.
Yeah, like
and then they just shoot them.
Yeah,
while they're in. What?
Deliver this fucking whip. Tell him it's a campaign contribution.
I don't understand what it seemed very like a weird process to go through. But I love it.
What I thought they were going to do was they were going to throw them into like a body of water or something and let them like sink or something. Yeah, and then be like, this is a warning to whatever. No, they're just shoot them. Just shoot them.
It's weird. It doesn't make any sense. But I love one of the one guy. You said the cold feet guy. All of a sudden he's like,
even die for one another. Killing somebody in cold blood,
man, I don't know. I signed up for all the drug dealing and being a Nazi, but I don't know about killing people. And I was like, all right, man. But he has cold feet, and so he gets his fingers chopped off. I wish they would have shown that. I guess I don't know why they just cut when he.
Yeah, well, whatever. What they should have kept doing was like move in like that,
and then
you just take like a squib and you shoot blood into the face of Lance Hendrickson.
And it looks like that's what they were gonna do because the camera pushes in on their face, and I'm like, oh, you're gonna get like blood, and it never happens. All right, whatever. But now, so he's still in the gang, but he's still got cold. We know he's a little bit of a coward. Well, maybe not a coward. Maybe he just has a bit of a conscience. I guess would be the right thing to say.
Nancy also was not having it.
What the hell, then? What kind of a maniac are you?
Get this bitch out of my... Turn her out!
Yeah, Nancy also wants out at this point. She's like, this is not... I was just here to get drugs and fuck Lance Hendrickson, and now fucking woof. Crazy shit going down. The boss is falling for her. Yeah. Like, and he's going to help her get out. He tells her because she's going to run away. And he's like, look, don't leave. I'm going to get out of here too. And I'll take you with me, basically.
I came to the Brotherhood for one reason. To get what I want and get out.
He's like, I got to do this drug deal. But then after that, we'll run away together.
What was the name of their biker gang again?
The Brotherhood. Or brother, I know it's something they say the Brotherhood a lot.
She has a tattoo that it's like, God forgives,
the Brotherhood doesn't. Yeah, GFBD,
which means if you leave the Brotherhood, they're going to come after you.
They'll come murderate you. Then he sets up a. Oh, well, we got to get to this. He goes to talk to Lance, not Lance Hendrickson, his partner Lance, to talk about this drug deal that he has set up. Basically, the boss has set up this P2P drug deal that he's going to be like the point man on, basically. And he's got to go talk through the details with his cop buddy, like the Fed, and ICE sees this.
Yeah,
he sees them chatting, and he was already suspected. Now he knows he's a cop, basically. So we start a sweet motorcycle chase through the town, just flying in and out of traffic.
There's one point where ICE is being pursued by a patrol car, and he just unloads behind him. And it explodes in this glorious, he's silhouette in this explosion. It looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks incredible. And then, but I love how it ends. The ICE just drives into a vehicle and explodes.
Yeah.
He gets fucking exploded, and he's laying there on the pavement, and then he just dies. And then the next scene,
they get his body.
It's amazing.
How do they get his body?
I don't know.
Anyways, the bikers get his body, prop him up on the platform,
motorcycle.
on a motorcycle. And they are saying their final guy. Yes, they give him a funeral pyre, just straight up,
a fucking Viking. They even say send him off to Valhalla.
So let's send this prick to Valhalla.
Yeah, they load him up with gas and then light him on fire.
Lance Hendrickson walks up and puts a cigar in his dead mouth and kisses him, and then they fucking douse him and burn him. It's amazing. This movie's, I got no chill, and I kind of love it. It's so over the top.
If it were to take that kind of mentality, because then you're getting dangerously close to Mad Max territory.
Yeah.
But if it were to have that mentality throughout, I would be like, holy shit, this is going to be my Saturday night film. This is great.
It is. I kind of still feel that way about it. I kind of love this.
There's some parts that make it a little too what we do. There we go. Definitely some parts that make it a little too much like what we do.
What do you mean?
Movie-wise. The nonsensical stuff, the explosions, the parts that don't make any sense. And it's like
it's again,
nightmare.
It's not a good movie.
No,
it's not a good movie. It's very entertaining though. And the performances are all very fun and effective for what they are. Like there's not bad acting. It's shot cool. Like in general, like it looks pretty cool. There's lots of like cool lighting and colors and shit. And like, it looks interesting.
Yeah. Had this film not thrown logic out the window in certain parts,
it could have been a
great film.
It could have been a good movie. But it's still I would argue it's still great, just not a good movie. And then so now the boss has to go stop the truck because they set him up and he was delivering all the drugs.
Oh yeah, and this is the part where they kind of
double cross him, kind of.
The delivery guy wants more because this is worth like
I gotta get at least 10%.
We had a non-negotiable deal.
Yeah,
millions of dollars.
Yeah,
and boss shoots him.
Yeah,
like because he's got to show his cred. And stuff like
and it's got squibs. It's fake. He doesn't actually murder this federal agent or whatever. But then he gets the truck to the location, and Lance Hendricks is there and is like,
"What's going on, Chains? I thought this was my deal. Why the switch?
Time to crack the fucking whip."
Hey.
Nah, we're taking it somewhere else or something. I don't even know exactly what happens here. And then, so now Boz has to go stop the truck.
Yeah, they.
Right? I love the shot. It cuts and he just whips around from behind that truck and the music kicks in and I was like, I'm fucking into this.
God. So the original idea was they were going to arrest the mob and the bikers all in one location, but Lance Hendrickson was like, no, we're moving
the location.
But so he has to stop this truck, which is now in the mob's hands?
I believe so, yeah.
And he goes up on them, he's like, pull over. And of course they're like,
we're the mob.
We have millions of dollars in drugs in the back. We're not pulling over. He takes out just like a 9mm pistol, fires a couple of rounds, and disgates the locks.
The trailer, the semi-trailer, disconnects from the front of the truck with like 3 bullets or something.
What?
I was like, is that possible? That doesn't seem possible.
But it skids off into a gas station, and the biggest explosion imaginable takes place.
I love how quickly they solved the drug problem, because in the scene before, the guy's like, we got to take care of those drugs, and then immediately they just explode. And
if we let those drugs get on the street, it will, ruin the lives of hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah,
cool. Let's explode a gas station.
An entire gas station. Yeah, it's fucking amazing. I love it. Oh, I love it so much. And then he goes back to like get his money for the drug job or whatever, or they might grab him. I don't remember. He goes back and he's talking to Lance Hendrickson, and now they know.
Yeah.
They know he's crooked.
Because she finds out he's a cop.
Yeah,
she finds out he's a cop, and then
she doesn't tell him.
That's the thing. I was a little confused.
I think that's a trick. I think they play it like she ratted him out.
The execution for the scene was not well done.
Not amazing. They make it look like she ratted him out. He's like, we know.
Betrayal is a bitch. A bitch.
Hola, amigo. Long time no see, huh?
Your secret is out, and the camera pans past her and she looks upset like she told, but then it keeps going, and then the guy from the beginning walks
the dancer
in,
dude,
and I was like, okay, I guess that was like a little misdirect they were going for, so she didn't rat him out, and it's just this guy knows.
Then,
I guess
then we get into weird, like Lance Hendrickson loads a revolver with 3 bullets. He shoots one, kills the dancer dude.
Yeah.
Shoots again, kills the girl.
Yeah, he kills the girl.
And then he pulls the trigger and it clicks.
And which makes no sense, right?
And it's like, well, he Russian roulette styled it whenever he put it in.
I guess it is possible,
like, why don't you just kill Bosworth right now?
Yeah. I don't understand. And again, this is part of the thing where I don't know what his motivation is necessarily.
Well, their plan was for them to get a military helicopter and put a timed explosive on Bosworth, on the Boz, and then throw him onto the Mississippi Capitol building.
What?
We're gonna blow your ass all over the sky.
It's such a weird plan. Just throw the ball, kill him now, and throw. It's your pageantry really fucked this up for you, Lance Hendrickson. If you didn't have such a penchant for pageantry, you could have fucking pulled this off. Even though you still kind of pulled it off.
Their plan was to throw him out of a helicopter with a timed explosive.
Yes. It's such a weird plan. It's such a weird plan. And again, they don't even like knock him out in the helicopter. They're just going to. We'll get there in just a second because it's like the next scene. But their whole plan for throwing him out with the explosive makes no sense. We'll talk about it shortly. So we're getting. This is the big next. This is D-Day as they call it, I believe. And they and Lance Hendrickson got a haircut and put on a priest collar, and he sneaks in to the courtroom basically as a priest. And everything's going down now. And as the proceedings, this is like an appeal or something. I don't know.
What this? I don't even know if this is something that you can do from a prosecutor's end. So he originally, the guy at the beginning who killed the minister was sentenced to 45 years in prison.
Yeah.
They were wanting to go for like the death penalty. That's Whip's whole thing.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if this is possible for a prosecutor to go to an appeals court and want to retry him.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't care. I didn't care because the movie didn't care. I was like, whatever, doesn't matter.
But anyways, they retry him and they're like, yeah, death sentence, we got it.
Woohoo! And then, Lance Hendrickson just pulls out a gun and starts murdering everybody in the courtroom.
The guy in front of who sat down in front of him was the dude who they faked his death.
Yeah, that's right.
And then they're like, now you're gonna die for real.
And unloads a bunch of bullets into him. And then there's an incredible shot of Lance Hendrickson jumping over the railing in a priest robe.
He unloading on the Mississippi Supreme Court.
Yeah, fucking wild. That's what I'm talking about. They succeed. They murder so many like high-ranking government officials in this final scene, and then the boss just like also kills them. But it's like he didn't save the day. All of the people they wanted to kill died. Like it's okay, great.
You know, at a moment like this, I think of my father's last words, which were, "Don't, son. That gun is loaded."
I do like when they kill Whip.
Yeah,
they're like, "All right, the whip's been cracked. Let's get out of here."
The whip is cracked. Come on.
Get out of here. So then we cut to the helicopter, and this is what I'm talking about, how this plan doesn't make any sense. So like you said, their plan is to strap a bomb to the boss and throw him out of the helicopter onto the Capitol building to explode.
Yeah, which, by the way, they're in. Whatever.
Yeah. So, they could have just brought him in with the whatever. But so he's tied to this helicopter, and he doesn't have the bomb tied to him.
No.
But so they have one guy whose job it is to untie the boss, attach the bomb to him, and throw him out of the plane. How did they think that was gonna go? The boss is just gonna kick his ass.
Yeah,
like
he's the boss,
and he's not. Why didn't they like knock him unconscious or something? They just tie him up. You had to untie.
They get into a fight, and then the obvious happens. Boz kicks his ass and then throws the bomb.
Throws him out, and the fucking dummy explodes. He throws the bomb after him, and the fucking dummy explodes. It's incredible.
But he gets the helicopter over the Capitol and then jumps out
through a glass.
His ankles are so broken from this.
He's shredded. He falls through a glass ceiling.
Yeah, he gets all
dead.
cut up.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's bleeding everywhere at this point. And he just starts murdering everybody.
I want to go back whenever I'm going through this and get a number of broken windows in this last scene alone.
Yeah.
Because there's like the skyline, there's the dude he immediately tackles through.
Yeah.
There's the dude that they shoot through.
Yeah, it's amazing. We didn't even talk about, I don't know if it's real or CG, but the shots of the helicopter flying like 3 inches off.
I guarantee you that's real.
It looked pretty real, and I was like, holy shit, there's these shots of the helicopter flying like over people's heads down this road in front of the Capitol building, and it looks amazing. And I was like, well,
and you signed your waiver.
I was like, holy fucking shit. And once again, Mr. Cold Feet shows up. They've taken some hostages, and one of the guys like yelling out the window at the cops, I guess. And the Cold Feet guy's like,
"Hey, Mudfish, what are you doing, man? I'm telling you, man, will you just shut up, you little punk? Going too far, man. This ain't right."
no, this is too far, man. It's like, you came on the murder mission. Why did you come?
You're in too deep.
Yes. But he gets blasted by his own guy, and then the boss shoots
him through a window.
The other guy through a window, and the fucking stunt of that guy falling into a car looks amazing.
It's great.
The car gets obliterated by his body. I was very impressed.
The only thing it was missing was an explosion at the end.
Yeah, the car doesn't explode, but man, that stunt looked fucking great.
Now they're driving. I gotta say, like, the scenery for this Capitol building is awesome.
Yes.
So, like, all the floors and the walls are marble,
like white marble.
Yeah, and they're driving motorcycles and stuff.
And Lance Hendrickson is wearing this big, long black trench coat, and he's like, and there's this, so then it gets down to, like, most of them are dead, and it's the boss steps around a corner, and Lance Hendrickson and a guy on a motorcycle are at the other end of this like white pillared hallway. It looks amazing.
But
it looks
Lance
like something
Hendrickson
out of
gets
the
off.
Matrix.
He's like, get him. So he just rides his motorcycle to a guy who has a gun.
Who just shoots him because obviously.
And the motorcycle goes through a window and hits the helicopter that was outside.
Yes. I was like, holy shit! It's the thing they did in Live Free or Die Hard, where John McClane drives a car into a helicopter. They got it from this fucking movie.
But it hits the helicopter, which explodes, hits more cars.
Yeah.
Massive explosion.
Yeah.
Glorious.
It's incredible. And now it's just Lance Hendrickson and the boss, and he's chasing him around and trying to find him, basically, in this in the courtroom or in the Capitol building. And he comes across the courtroom and sees that everybody's dead. You murdered everybody. Shit. He already achieved his mission. Okay. And then he gets into a fist fight with Lance Hendrickson.
Which is the most one-sided fist fight possible.
Yeah, it's a little anticlimactic, but it does make sense, to be fair. Like, the boss just beats the shit out of him, which he would, because he's like twice his size.
But then the feds come in.
Yeah, and he goes to kill Lance. He like throws him down the stairs, and then he pulls up a gun and he's gonna shoot him, and it clicks, and he pretended he was gonna kill him.
Look, it's that callback. Yay.
But yeah, then the feds show up and they arrest him or whatever.
And then they pull the Die Hard thing.
Yeah,
where he pulls a gun and he's gonna shoot the boss.
Yeah,
but Lance gets him first.
Yeah, Lance shows up and is like, "Nuh-uh." Bam, saves the day. It is like the Die Hard, with Carl. Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. I love it.
Yep. And that's it. And then the ending credits are amazing.
Oh,
the ending credits are awesome.
This is the best ending credits to any one of these movies. I was like, okay, well done, movie. So literally, he's
walking out of the Capitol building.
Yes.
And the credits are coming up on one side and he's on the other.
It's a one shot.
Oh, it's really good.
He's covered in blood, walking down the steps. All these people are walking around him, like taking pictures of him, staring at him, and he just walks stone-faced for like 90 seconds from all the way from the Capitol all the way down the street, and it's all one take, and the credits just roll the whole time, and then it freeze frames of him just covered in blood in the movie. And I was like,
nice.
Kudos, movie. Fucking kudos. Kyle, I fucking love this movie. I would say it's good bad.
Oh, it's great bad.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's not a good movie.
It's wild. You'll never be not bored with this film.
You'll never be bored. You'll never be bored. You said you'll never be not bored.
Wait.
Which that's a double negative, which means you would be bored. No, double negative.
Under the floorboards, I have found you.
But but yeah, it's fucking wild. It's a trip, and it's got some legitimately cool things. Like the end credits are really like interesting and different. It's a little like Rambo though. Isn't Rambo or First Blood kind of ends like that, where he walks?
Well, I mean, like which version of First Blood?
No, I mean First Blood, like the very. Well,
First Blood has an alternative ending.
The theatrical cut. Okay. Yeah, the theatrical cut. If you want to hear about First Blood, this film is lit. We covered it and talked about it. There you go. But no, I think First Blood's similar, where like he walks out, he's like covered in blood. He's like being
escorted. And stuff.
It's kind of similar. So they kind of probably pulled it from that.
But man, it's good bad. You can't say anything more about it.
No, it's
explosions.
It's fucking amazing.
Stuff is just crazy.
It's nuts. You get everything you could possibly
want.
Nazis. Biker Nazis. Biker Nazis getting murdered. It's great. It's fantastic. That's the end of the 113th episode. Kyle, we have a Patreon. Patreon.com/GBorBB. You can support us for $2, $5, $15. No, $2, $5, $10. Whatever you want. You can support us for as much money as you want on Patreon. This episode probably won't be monetized, so we would appreciate it. we've talked. I've kind of put out some posts. People have asked. I should mention it here. Our Neil Breen episodes are down for the time being. We're dealing with some issues with somebody involved. We'll leave it at that.
Yes.
Hopefully, the plan is that eventually the episode should start coming back, but we don't know for sure. We're hoping to work it out. For the time being, just hold tight, and we'll hopefully get those back up for you. That's all we can say about it right now. So, I have a podcast called This Film Set where I talk about movies that are based on books. When this is out, the most recent episode will have been probably Breaking Dawn Part 2, I think, which is we finished up the Twilight Saga. That movie is amazing. It's bonkers, and I loved every minute of it.
The ending alone, because I've seen the ending just because like it was
my god,
that bad.
It's incredible. I loved it. And if you read the book, it makes the ending so much better, which I read all the books this time for because I'd never read them before, and I loved it. So you can check that out.
I have some awesome news.
What's your awesome news?
I'm going to drop on Brian's head right now because he's got no clue. He's got no clue.
What's going to happen?
Interviewing Monsters and Bigfoot coming to a streaming service near you.
What?
I believe it'll be Amazon Prime.
Finally. Man,
it's been a while.
We plugged that every episode for like 10 of them, and then it just never came out.
I got a message from the director a couple days ago saying that a Level 33 Entertainment is going to distribute it.
Fantastic.
I looked through their stuff, and they're mostly Amazon Prime is what they're going through.
Sweet. So. Yeah, it's a lot of movies are on Amazon Prime. So awesome. Interviewing Bigfoot and other monsters.
Interviewing Monsters and Bigfoot.
Interviewing Monsters and Bigfoot. Kyle, do you appear in that at all?
Yes.
It's like an extra probably or something?
I will at the very least appear at the very end.
It's been so long since I've seen it. I did see it in theaters when they did like a premiere for it, and boy, oh boy, it's a lot of fun. What did you do on that movie, Kyle?
So I was everything. I did everything. Everything from rigging lighting, holding the boom mic, holding the secondary camera, working the gimbal Ronin.
Yeah. Oh boy, that movie's woof! I can't wait to watch it again. Maybe we'll do something for Patreon or something about it. Oh yeah, because it's something else. So go check that out. We also have Twitch stream, twitch.tv/GBorBB_Brian, GBorBB_Kyle. Links are all down below in the section thingy. That's it. Now until next time, until Halloween, which will be our next episode, it will be very spooky. Keep watching movies,
especially Stone Cold.
Which is where did you watch this?
This was on YouTube, actually.
Yeah, there you go. Check it out on YouTube.
Woo!